up, guys?
Happy Monday.
Or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday, or Sunday.
Hopefully Monday. Welcome to another episode of Whiskey and Water. We are so happy to have you here today.
We're giving you your weekly dose of inspiration and entertainment. You guys fucking get the point if you've been listening.
You guys get it.
You know what we're about. So, yeah, hope you guys had a good weekend. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good.
Good.
I've been feeling like, so I went and got a bunch of new furniture. I talked about this a few episodes ago on OfferUp, and I got this beautiful, beautiful set. You can see it if you're watching this. You can see it in the background. And I don't know.
Actually, me and Tyler got this beautiful, beautiful set for Jessica.
Yeah, she did.
They needed a pickup truck.
Yeah. They honestly, they really hooked me up.
We busted a mission. This guy was on the 20 whatever floor of this building that wouldn't let us in, and we had to go in the special elevator and go through the halls. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a mission, but I love you guys for that.
But we're here.
Yeah, so, and it's really nice. It's this pink rattan set, and I love it, but it's just, the color is really hard to
It's not cohesive.
It's not cohesive. I mean, not really I like the pink. It's nice. It's warm, but it doesn't really do it. Yeah, it doesn't really match my vibe necessarily. I'm much more of a blues.
Yeah, you're not a pink gal.
I'm not a pink gal. I'm really not. So, my friend Amanda, she's so fucking crafty. She's amazing. Our friend, but
no, just your friend.
Just my friend. And so we went to Walmart the other day and we got some fabric, and we're gonna reupholster the cushions all by myself, or all by ourselves.
We love a crafty bitch.
Yeah, so that's my current project that I'm working on. That's about the most exciting thing that's going on in my life.
Fun.
What about you?
I'm just, hammering it away at the duplex still.
I don't know when this became an HGTV podcast, but
it is. We are full on renovation status. Well, hopefully by this comes out, we're actually moved in.
Yeah.
But at the moment, yeah, we're on fucking week 10 of living out of boxes, living in his grandma's sewing room. So it's really been quite a journey.
Sleeping on the trundle bed.
We're sleeping on a trundle bed. Literally I'll cuddle him and then I'm okay, I'm going to sleep, and I just roll over and fall into the other twin bed below us. It's quite a sight.
I'm excited for you to be moved in there so that you can have a social life.
Very poor.
Very poor.
Yeah, and for the last 10 weeks, every weekend I have no social life. I'm there literally painting and sanding and priming and doing whatever the fuck else, but it's cool. There's beauty in the struggle, and it's really exciting. It's very fulfilling seeing something go from oh god, it was crusty. It was so crusty, rusty, dusty before, and now it's a beautiful, renovated, new, fancy, rich
And it's
apartment.
your first project.
It's special.
That's super huge.
It's our baby.
Yeah.
So, today's episode, we're kind of going to do a rundown of our jobs, the jobs we've hated, the jobs we've loved, the jobs we've done together.
And kind of how we transitioned and the journey from working for people to working for ourselves. Rich. Wealth.
So, yeah, that's what we're getting into today.
And actually, before we do the pro tip, I just wanted to mention that Zach is on our third mic again today. And he has, gone through the same journey from, working for, I don't actually even know if you had real jobs, but I'm sure you did. And now you're here and
with
working
us.
For yourself.
And we have side conversations all the time about just being hustlers and independent contractors and working for ourselves. So he's going to be on our third mic pitching in his opinion.
If you just hear this random male voice, it's not Nugget. It's Zach.
Do you imagine?
Okay.
I know. Nugget and I sound super alike. It's crazy.
Just alike.
Don't think
so. So our pro tip this week is actually something I haven't even done, but I've been meaning to do.
Me too.
Which I don't even know where I got it from. I don't know, fucking Pinterest or some bullshit.
It's been a thing.
Well, you get some fresh eucalyptus from Trader Joe's or just your local flower shop, I'm sure that they have, and you bundle it up and you tie it to your shower head so that when you shower in the steam, you just get that fresh eucalyptus.
Yes, it is relaxing. It's invigorating. I wouldn't know because I've never done it, but if I had to imagine what it's like,
it would be
that. And again, I've been meaning to do that too.
I've been in a shower with it, but I haven't done it for myself.
There's actually an how do you say it?
Eucalyptus.
Subscription you can get that I'm signed up
What?
for. Yeah, 'cause I
Wait.
wanted to like collab with them, but then they don't.
Wait.
It's like, but it's kind of expensive. It's like $10 or $12 a month for eucalyptus. That's a lot. At Trader Joe's, it's like a few dollars for like a bunch.
Yeah, but you know, like the convenience of having it
I
shipped to
guess.
you.
Yeah, on a monthly basis.
Wait, I'm trying to get that. Wait, when'd you get
I'll
it?
tell you. I didn't get it. I just get their email. I'm subscribed to their
No free plugs. No free plugs.
Yeah, yeah, no. You guys can pay us. Anyways, so yeah, pro tip: if you want a nice little spa shower, throw some eucalyptus in that bitch.
Tell us how you like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
So we'll get into our
Discussion.
W2s to W9s. I started working when I was 16. 500 years ago.
God,
No, but my first job was working at bar mitzvahs. I was a party motivator at bar mitzvahs. I like got 12-year-olds and grandpas up and dancing, and it was great. It was a great first job. What was your first job?
my first job was a martial arts instructor at my martial arts dojang.
Cool. Oh,
God
guys,
damn it.
This thing is really.
It doesn't fail.
Can we
It
just
doesn't
leave it
fail.
there?
Yeah,
Does
leave
it
it on
need
the
to
floor.
even be up?
Leave
No.
it on the floor. Sorry, guys.
All right, that's just staying down there.
Continue.
Anyways, yeah. So I mean, I've trained at this gym for half my life, and then
That's cool.
essentially, just when you become a black belt, you start to
Humble brag.
I didn't
It's
even
so
mean it, like-
flu when you just become a black belt.
well, you start like you start teaching classes,
Yeah.
like if that's the path that you want to go to. I mean, like otherwise you don't really like move forward. Like you have to like start learning how to train
Yeah.
other people and stuff. So that was my first job.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of recreational. It's easy to assume that, like, I don't know, you can see where we're at now and see us, like, go on Instagram and, however we make money now. And I
Cooking
what?
on the corners.
On the corner.
You guys see us on the street corners, and you might just assume.
Selling our feet pictures, but no, actually we have had normal jobs and jobs that we fucking hate, and we've worked corporate America. Like, we have done it. I was a hostess at a restaurant. Like,
I was a waitress.
yeah,
I was a busser. Yeah,
Me too.
I bust tables.
Hey, nothing against bussers.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
not
so
at
stop
all.
laughing.
Hustlers.
Yeah, she's the one.
I
It's an
wasn't
honorable
laughing-
profession.
I wasn't laughing at the busser. I was laughing at Jess being a busser because I could just see her being like, "Fuck you and your dirty fork. Clean it up yourself."
Sounds about right, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a hostess at this like this fancy ass restaurant on the water. That sucked. I like can't stand that long, man. Hurts my back.
Yeah, I mean, the physical toll that shit takes on you.
I have a lot of respect for servers, honestly. If you're
yeah.
out there and you're serving, I know it's a very unforgiving job. You make good money, but they work their asses off, man.
You have to like.
They work their asses off.
You're not only like working your ass off, but you have to be nice to people. Like
With
it's
a
one thing.
smile
It's
on
one
your
thing to
face.
work your ass off. It's another to do that while simultaneously like keeping your shit together
Yeah.
and being nice. And
Yeah.
like that's how you make that money. And it's
They don't
just-
get enough credit, honestly.
Man, that shit sucks.
You got to be like a special type of person to be able to like put up with that. And
It's like the same kind of person that works at Disney World. They're
my
like in
God,
character
right.
all day, and it's like they had the worst day ever, and they go to Disney,
Like,
and they're like, "What's going on?"
tears in their eyes.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy to be here. I actually left the restaurant job because they wanted me to work like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and I was like, you know what?
I'm not selling my soul for this
This
fucking
isn't
job.
gonna work for me. So that's why I left, and I couldn't do hospitality.
And where'd you go after that?
I don't know. I did a bunch of random shit for a while before we ended up getting our corporate job. I was like, we would work like random events here and there. Like, it's kind of like atmosphere modeling or like event modeling where you're just standing, greeting people coming in for like a blackjack tournament. I used to work a lot with the casinos.
Yeah.
And I used to actually go dance for the casinos, which is fun because not a lot of people know that. But like every Friday night, I would be like at Center Bar at the Hard Rock from 12 to 3 in the morning, like in some crazy elaborate outfit with some
Crazy makeup and
ratchet
hair.
ass hair extension, and I would just be like dancing in a fucking cage.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild, honestly.
Yeah. That shit's so dope. Though.
I tell people I dance for money, and they're like, think I was a stripper. Yeah, for sure.
Close, but no.
Wasn't a stripper. People did try to tip me. I couldn't take it.
Oh, that's so shitty.
I know, bummer. Yeah, we've had like really random jobs along the way.
I worked at Cracker Barrel for like 48 hours. Did
Nothing
you know that,
against
Zach?
Crackle Barrel.
I had no. What were you doing at Cracker Barrel?
I was a waitress.
Why 48 hours?
Well,
I
not like
gotta know
literally
this
48.
story.
Like I would say collectively like 48. You know, I was actually there for like maybe like a week, but like I
okay.
only worked like 2 shifts.
Did you get
or something.
fired?
No, I just couldn't like do it. Oh God damn.
You couldn't figure out that little puzzle that they gave you, right?
No.
You have to like bounce over everything and take all the pins out.
I can never figure that out.
that game. No,
Fuck
no.
that game.
I don't know. I still don't know how to do that game.
Me
But
either.
like, Cracker Barrel probably has the biggest menu in America. And trying
Hot
to
take.
remember everything that was on
Oh my
there.
god, that's another thing servers have to do.
and
Remember.
It has like you get like 4 side options. So people will be like, what are my options? And each
And
dish
you're
has
like-
like 2 side options or 4 side. And I was just like, fuck this.
Too much for me.
Okay, fun fact.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that one Cracker Barrel muffin has like over 1,000 calories in it?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
When I heard that, I was shocked.
But that's horrible. Did
Just
you work
letting
at
you know.
Sephora too?
Yeah, Sephora was like
Okay.
I also worked at American Eagle for like,
Nice.
I like opened up the store and then when it like got open, I like,
Dipped.
yeah, pretty
Now
much.
you need to get an American Eagle campaign and then just go back and stunt.
Yeah, just be like a blown up picture in the store.
Used to sell clothes.
I used to sell clothes here.
Now we're rich.
But yeah, no, Sephora was like my first, like, I would say like real, like steady job. Like the martial arts instructing thing was definitely like real, but it was also like, I trained there. and, you know what I
it's
mean?
more like homey.
Yeah. And so Sephora was like my first like long standing real job. I worked there for over a year and I fucking loved it. Like it was, the people were amazing. The culture was amazing. They treated, they treated their employees really well.
Cute.
They gifted us like we got so
Really?
much gratis. Like everyone always asks like, how much free shit did you get? I got everything.
That's so nice. I did not know that.
Yeah, and like I love makeup and I always have and so it was really nice because I would go there and you just get to be like as creative as you want. Like I would just do like the most like extravagant like makeup
on
looks.
yourself.
Yeah.
Cool.
And just helping people feel good about themselves. And the only reason that I quit was because I was working also at this I was a marketing director for this website. It was like a modeling type website. And so I was doing that Monday through Friday and then Sephora on Saturdays and Sundays.
Hustler.
For like 6 months, like
Wow.
straight. It was killing me
Yeah.
and killing my body and
working hard,
But
not
so
working
I went to just full-time marketing director for the website for
And you got
About
that
another year.
You got that position without a degree though, right?
yeah. No, I did that position like my
finessed it?
sophomore year. Oh yeah. I faked that shit till I made it.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is actually a crazy story.
Okay, go for it.
I got hired because I found this job like position. I don't know how I found it, like how I came across it on Craigslist. I think I was like looking for like I think I was like looking at marketing shit. And I found this and I like was like, okay, this is weird, but I'm gonna apply for it. And
Shoot your shot. You never know.
homeboy called me and at the time he was the basically like COO, CEO. It had an owner, like the website had an owner, but he owned like a bunch of companies. So like he was not invested in it at all. Like he didn't give a fuck. And so,
That's probably why you got it without a degree.
yeah, so
You didn't care.
whatever, I went in and met the CEO and we hit it off and I like told him that like I knew code and shit. I didn't know any code. He was like,
Code is like the one thing you can't
can't fake.
fake.
Yeah,
How
no.
the fuck did you do that? You have like another Google tab open. You're like, how to code 101.
no, because
Coding for beginners.
he was like, I like remembered the shit that I did on MySpace, dude,
Yeah.
coding my, fucking
facts.
profile.
Open.
was gonna say, you're gonna be like, oh.
dash something.
Let me show you my
close.
portfolio. It's like your page opens up.
It's
It's
like
like the diamonds are
MySpace.
blinging. Like your favorite song plays, and he's like
Rihanna's playing,
impressive.
Umbrella is playing in the background.
Oh my god.
Yeah, literally.
Or like Sean Kingston.
You
Beautiful
got
girls.
the job.
You got the job.
Oh my god.
He's like, I
it's
quit. You have my job.
funny. I can't.
But yeah, I worked there for a while, and then so the CEO got. We were really close. Like we worked really well together. And the thing is, like the website, how it worked, like the software, like only him and I had access to the background shit. Like, and I had access to all the passwords. Like I could have shut down the site on my own if I
Right.
wanted
So
to.
you had some leverage there.
Yeah, 100%. And so,
nice.
but he got sick, and I was the only person
Sick.
Like, yeah, he had like an autoimmune disease.
Oh.
We're still good friends.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we still talk.
alright.
He's good. Yeah.
Okay.
But he had to go back to like California for treatment.
Oh, wow.
And so he left and I was the only person there, like in
You
the
were
office.
just running that shit
Guys,
by
like,
yourself.
I think this was like my sophomore year of college. Like no one keeping track of me. I was just sending my
God.
invoice to the accounting department every 2 weeks, and they were paying. I would like inflate my numbers. It was
You're selling yourself out.
oh yeah, 100%. I would leave the
Dish it
office.
out.
I'd leave the office and take like 3-hour lunches.
I
Come back. Remember
because
that?
we became friends when you were working there, and I remember you being like, "Yeah, I'm on lunch for like 2." I'm like, "What kind of fucking job do you have that's letting you take a 2-hour lunch?"
But then again, don't get me wrong. I got my work done.
Yeah,
I just
right.
got it done in a shorter amount of time because I didn't need to do like, I had no one being like, oh, well, you know, since you're here, like do these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was just keeping the website like above water, essentially. Like it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, not to like go too off topic, but I was listening to a podcast about like productivity and work, and there's like so many studies saying that if you pay people and hold them accountable by the amount of time they're in the office, like their production levels go way lower versus if you give
100%.
them their own time to get their shit done and then let them leave when the shit's done.
Task over time.
My roommate,
It's crazy.
like not to get off topic, but my roommate is a software developer, and his job, like he goes in whenever he wants,
So dope.
leaves whenever he wants. He'll be like, hey guys, I'm gonna work from home for 2 weeks, and they just let him.
That
and,
is how it should
but
be.
he gets everything done.
Of course you do.
It's crazy.
It's because I mean we know what it's like to be at an office for 9 hours and just fucking kill time.
and like your mind is fucking melting,
Oh
and you're like, what am I doing?
Speaking of which, we'll go into that.
But yeah, I ended up leaving the the marketing director job because like the owner like ended up checking in like 9 months later and was like, who the fuck is running the website? Like completely like had forgotten about it and like
my God.
remembered and was like, oh shit, we have this 19-year-old running
Oh,
this entire
yeah.
website. Like what are we? And then they
Saw what was going on.
yeah, and then so basically they wanted to like revamp the website, right? So they ended up hiring someone to manage me. But after like 9 months of doing this shit on my own, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna go from
Now get a boss.
getting a boss
Right.
now and like actually having to be accountable for my work. And so whatever.
You're spoiled. You had it too good.
Oh, 100%. Me and this lady would fucking get into it.
Oh my
like
God, I can't
I was a savage about it too. I was like, who the fuck are you to try like
You're like, I've been running this
Run this shit, bitch. What the fuck? And so, yeah, no, that's literally how it went. Like, I remember she was calling me when I was working from home one
And
day.
you're like, you're not my boss.
Essentially.
You're not my dad.
They wanted me to move to Hollywood, Florida, because that's where they moved their office. And I was like, I'm
a
not
dick.
going there.
Suck a big
Like,
dick.
and so so get this. After I told them, like, I'm not moving there, like, she asked me to transfer to, like, FAU. Like, they were, like, asking me to transfer. It was weird.
Schools?
Yeah.
Weird.
And so I was like, whatever, I'm not doing that. And I was like, listen, this obviously isn't working out. You guys want this to go in a different direction. But they knew that I had all the information. So they held my last paycheck
Until you gave them the passwords.
until I went up to Hollywood and trained my replacement. Who was this? And I didn't tell him
I mean,
shit.
that's smart of them, though.
You know, I
as
didn't
a
tell him-
business.
They were like, I didn't tell him a single fucking thing.
You give him like fake passwords. to everything.
I swear on everything.
Jess.
I logged them in and then gave
horrible.
them like fake information about everything. I was like, yeah, this is how you do this. This is how you do that.
Just
She's
did the
selling
like
herself
give
out.
your little brother the controller that's not plugged in.
Right. Exactly.
Pretty much.
You're like, here you go, have fun.
Yeah.
Give me my fucking check.
I know, like, if I could actually probably pull up that website right now, it has to be non-existent
Oh my God.
unless they like just
You're like, I'm just gonna blow this shit up before I leave.
Yeah. And so, yeah, and it took me a minute to get my last check because they were so shitty about it. But it was a really good experience before that. And the boss that I had before he left, like
Yeah.
we're like still super
Yeah,
close.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we text each other like all the time and he's cool, we're cool. It was a great time
Good times. Good times.
until the devil came in.
Oh my God. The devil who tried to control me.
After that,
Sounds like a cult like a weird cult film.
It does.
The devil
that
who tried to control me.
oh my God.
We randomly worked for a mortgage firm. When I tell people that, they're like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I don't know how the opportunity came up. about really.
Someone contacted you.
I was looking for more event work. So I reached out to this company called
Runway Waiters.
Who,
Should we even say shit like that?
I don't know. It's fine. Runway Waiters. And the owner of that company ended up reaching back out to me and was like, hey, we don't have anything available for this, but my friend is looking for this position. I got on the phone with him. He's like, hey, it's corporate. It's full-time, 5 days a week, pays really well. You know, if you're interested, he's looking.
And I think he told you that he was
looking specifically for models.
Yeah, like they were looking for like pretty people.
Recruiters. We'll get into it. We'll explain the whole thing. Sounds fucked up. It is fucked up. So there's always shit under the rug.
Stay tuned for this fucking roller coaster of a job that we were in.
Yeah, we were there for 9 months, and it was quite a journey. So I went for the interview, because at first I was like, this is fucking sketchy. It was sketchy because they wanted to pay us a good amount for having no degree and no experience. So I was honestly sketched out, and then I pulled up. It was a normal corporate building.
I remember you calling me and telling me, and I was like, dude, that shit's fake. Like, be careful. Don't go alone.
So I took the interview. It was completely legit from what I could tell. And then I told Jess about it, and they were looking for more people. So Jess came in for an interview, and we both got the job. We went to California. They trained us for a week out there. And we were basically we were corporate recruiters for this mortgage firm. And we were trained on how to interview people who wanted to be mortgage bankers with the company. And that's it.
Okay, but the idea is that we were in-office recruiters. So we had a team under us who was going through resumes of people who applied to these positions online, and they were setting us up with the interviews. So basically,
we were just taking the interviews
and deciding if they got to,
if we wanted to give them the job or not. We had a lot of power. And we shouldn't have.
Nah, that shit was dope.
It was fun.
It was cool, but before we realized that, like, so essentially it's a high turnover company.
Yeah.
So they hire a lot of fucking people, put them through like pretty rigorous like training, and pay them like shit. But if you end up like making it, you make good money, and it is a good start for some people. But for a lot of people, it was just like, it was shitty because
they weren't cut out for it.
Yeah, or like even financially, it's hard to take a job like that without any promise of like, because in order to be a mortgage banker, you have to
work in the call center for 2 weeks.
Well, you have to pass the test.
Yeah.
So we were training them for a test,
mortgage test.
So this job was just insane, and we thought, we were like, oh my god, we're just interviewing people and being able to give people positions. Like, this is so cool. This is so dope. And then
is this ironically the same job you met Lucas at?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our editor Lucas. Did we?
Oh wait, no, he was there before us.
He was before us because his girlfriend was there.
Yeah.
For those of you tuning in, Lucas is editor.
Is our editor.
Yeah, Lucas was a long-standing person there.
Yeah, so basically we had these jobs as recruiters. It was me, Jess, and one other recruiter who was also a model with Ford. And like, we all knew it was kind of sketchy that they hired models as recruiters, but we were like, maybe it's like, we thought it was a very innocent thing. And then we kind of just realized once we were there for a while, once we started having conversations with the mortgage bankers that we had hired a few months later, because you have to realize we were taught how to pitch this company, and we were interviewing people, but as much as they were trying to get the job, we were also trying to, like, if they were a good candidate, we were trying to push the job on them because we wanted to hire like good people who would obviously make the company money. So we pitched this promise in a way, and a lot of them ended up not, it didn't amount to what we thought it was. It was fucked up. I felt like we were giving empty promises.
Yeah, to a lot of people.
Yeah, so it got to a point where like we weren't feeling comfortable with it. Like I was having, like, it was just fucking with my morals.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I would drive to work, and like one day I couldn't even get out of the car because I was like having so much anxiety about like what we were doing and if it was like morally right. And it's a big responsibility because these people are like they have kids and families, and I felt the weight of that responsibility. And I don't know, we could go on forever and ever about this fucking place
job that we fucking had.
But I think I learned a valuable lesson about work and kind of corporate America, that there's always shit under the rug, and things can seem really shiny and pretty, but like a lot of those businesses are not doing things the way they should be.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember like after a while, we were obviously like, once we realized what was going on, we were like sick of it. We were like, okay, we got it. Like, we got to get out of here. And we knew that. And like, so at some point I just kind of stopped working. I really did. I was just like,
No, she really did. She checked out.
I just checked out because I was like, I'm just gonna keep collecting this check until they fire me, essentially, or the company goes down. I will never forget the day that I got called into the HR rep's office, which is funny because like we would have lunch together every day, and then like the minute I got like fired, she was like, they wouldn't let me back into my office to get my shit. But okay, so get this, they pull me into the office. It's like her and then one of the managers. It's not even like the main director who had the balls to fucking do it. And they were like, so based on your performance, like lately, we're gonna have
like
to
an intervention in your own office.
Yeah, type shit. And so they fucking whatever. Like they explained that they're letting me go, and I sit there and I'm like, okay, well, get Olivia's paperwork ready too because she's leaving.
Yeah. Word for word, verbatim, guys, she's not kidding. She literally said that. And then they came to me and they were like, so are you quitting? And I was like,
because we didn't like,
I don't know.
I didn't
Am
because she didn't know that I was getting fired in that moment. And like I hadn't prepared her for what I was gonna say because I was just, I don't know, I was just fucking pissed. And
like, I don't want to lose my job today too.
Like
But
she wasn't ready.
a few weeks later, I ended up leaving too.
Yeah, and so the look on their faces is just a moment that I'll never forget.
Power move. Psycho or power move?
Psycho.
I had a similar job experience, me and my friend, but we both got fucked. So we didn't like leave like that, but it was a similar like company gave us way too much responsibility.
Oh my God,
we were like
yeah.
the directors of the company were like 20 years old, selling 3D printers. The guy
That's
was
a profitable business.
It was, but the guy was an idiot because he was buying stuff from the wholesaler and then selling it at less than what the wholesaler sold it retail. So like he was undercutting his plug.
You flip
and then the plug was like, okay, buddy,
You're putting me out of business with my own
make your
product.
shipments, and we will go ahead and send that to you whenever the fuck we feel like it.
What?
And then he went out of business.
Yeah, that's just bad business. But same, like we had too much power. We were interviewing women with 2 master's degrees, my mom's age, and I bring them into my corner office on the water,
Huge
and I'm
offices.
like, so tell me about your qualifications. And feeling like a fucking fraud.
And they're looking around our office like, which one of you is fucking the boss?
Yeah, literally. It was like very uncomfortable.
So
at
red
times.
flags, guys. There's
Lots of red flags along the way.
that's the lesson here.
But listen,
Yes.
we collected our checks and we did what we needed to do. I saved a lot of money in that
Yeah,
time.
no, we made good money. It was it definitely taught me that I don't want to do corporate America. I don't like that 9-to-5 shit. I think sorry, I get really passionate about this. But the day I quit, because we were so miserable. Guys, if you're in a job that you're miserable at and you hate your life Monday through Friday, there's other ways. You got to get out of it. It's not healthy. It's not a way to live life.
You're literally
really
slowly, like you're expediting your death.
I had an hour-long commute. I literally, I felt myself just dying a slow death. So the day I quit was still to this day one of the best feelings I've ever had. I was driving in the highway, windows down, hair down, singing to the music. Like, it was one of the best days ever because it was just so many months of being so depressed and upset.
I
and just
remember
not happy.
we were in Mexico like a couple
week after.
Well, yeah, no, actually it was it was a couple weeks after, and we were singing and we were like, we won't name the company, but we were like, that job was the only thing in our way,
because that's when that song was popular. What was it? Oh, fuck. I don't remember.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But yeah,
we were like,
we were on one. We were so happy.
our lives just complete, and it was nice because we had because it did pay so well, we had we had a little cushion for a while, so we just didn't do shit. But
So the lesson learned: corporate America is not. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. Corporate America is not for us. But after that, we eventually, I was a little more scared to do the whole independent contractor thing and just wing it with modeling and Instagram. At the time, I wasn't even making money from Instagram at the time. So I picked up another part-time job. I worked at a jewelry store. I did their social media stuff, but even that was killing me. And at the time you were doing full modeling, full Instagram, full social media. And I remember me just us missing out on opportunities because I had to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday and try to fit in castings on Tuesdays and Thursdays and shoots and everything. And it was just I got to a point where I was so scared to leave that stability, and I think that's very relatable for our listeners is it is scary. It's scary to take that leap of faith and leave the fucking
the safety net that you have.
Yeah, leave the safety net, but it's like soul draining. That's what I was looking for. Like, you know, to wake up every day and to like dread going to work. I just know so many people are in that position, and it makes me so upset because it's just not a way to live life, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, not everyone like necessarily has the privilege that we had and have, that like we can just, you know, model and, you know, do influencing.
Shout out to Max Frost.
Yeah, love you,
right.
Every time we talk about privilege, I'm like, go listen to that fucking episode.
Yeah, facts. But I think that what a lot of people don't see is that like we did these things simultaneously for years. Mm-hmm. Like we built up our modeling and influencing like portfolios for years, like while we were working. So it wasn't like we just decided that we were going to do modeling and then that shit took off. It's like we did it for years while also like struggling in these soul sucking jobs. So I feel like a lot of people are like, they think it's like an either or type of thing, but it's like you need both. You need the money to be able to do those things on the side, you know? And until like when it changed for me was when I began working at
keep hitting the mic, sorry.
When I began working at a marketing company, and I realized that I was losing money by working at the marketing company and not working for, you know, myself with these shoots and with these things. And so that was when I finally made the transition over. And it was hard because I absolutely loved the marketing job. Shout out to TFC Marketing. They're the shit.
Hey.
But yeah, and I still love everyone there. And I still do like work for, you know, different like marketing companies. Like I help them do influencer marketing and I help people with social media. Like it's not like
you'll do stuff here and there.
Yeah. It's not like I'm just like full on model and influencer. And I think, like, you know, we do supplemental things as well.
Yeah, that's important to note too, because it does look like we do all Instagram and commercial stuff.
Yeah, we show
but we both have multiple streams of income, stuff that you guys don't even know about, just because, you know, that's how
I work the corner on the weekends. You guys don't know about
you
that
shit. You guys don't know it, but here we are, spilling it out on the table.
One for the meal and one for the real. So, you know,
facts.
Do stuff that you would like your people to see, and that's what you put up. And then
there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And also taking this back to like having a normal 9-to-5 job, I don't want anyone to think that we're like shitting on 9-to-5. It's not the 9-to-5 job that sucks. It's if your 9-to-5 job sucks. Like if you're
it's not the 9-to-5 that sucks, it's the 9-to-5 that sucks.
No, it's the, you know what I mean? It's the job. It's if you hate your 9-to-5, because there's a lot of people who love their job and are happy and fulfilled and excited when they go to work and they work a full-time job and they thrive in that full-time job environment and mentality.
And some people like need like a job like that to give them that balance. Yeah. Because it's like being an entrepreneur is not for everyone. And I feel like that's really important to know because like you have to have your own, you have to be your own boss and give yourself that balance. And a 9-to-5 gives you that balance because you're like, okay, I work structure from these hours. Everything after that, I don't work, and I don't work on the weekends, and that's my time. But like when you are an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, dude, you're working literally nonstop because it's like you're responding to emails late at night, or you're editing late at night, or you're, you know, doing brand outreach, or you're answering calls, you know, from people in different fucking countries or whatever it may be. Like you're working into different time zones.
And
well, the same way that you can same way that you can have the entrepreneurial ventures, you know, like you can have different 9-to-5 opportunities. So with the entrepreneurial ventures, it's like if you hate what you're doing as an entrepreneur, get the fuck out of that too.
Right, exactly. Same goes for that too. But also I think something that we lack as entrepreneurs, and you know, we don't necessarily have like a business or a startup or anything, but we just mean like working for yourself. Something that we lack a lot of is like trying to find structure in our day. And I think that's something that 9-to-5ers, you know, they thrive because they have a set schedule. And like you said, when you do this, it's like, I was thinking the other day, like I have daytime work, like the shoots, the castings, and the podcast, and then I have nighttime work, and that's like I go home at like 6 or 7, and then I work for another 3 hours on writing the episodes, doing the emails, following up with people, you know, like. And none of that is
feeding yourself, sleeping, or bathing, or cleaning your house.
I end up like last night. I told Tyler, I was like, I like finally like laid down on the couch to watch a movie with him, and it was 10:30 at night, and I was like, I just stopped. Like, I have been nonstop since 9 a.m. this morning, and I just sent my last email, and I just stopped.
Yep.
Like, it was a full 12-hour day.
We have FaceTime meetings at 9 and 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
To,
Jess has a
discuss
FaceTime meeting
shit.
in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I literally have a FaceTime meeting in 20 minutes.
It looks very, I don't know. I think there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't realize, they don't think about. They think, that all we do is take the pictures. And we talked a little bit about this in like our what it's really like to be an influencer episode. It might have been 3 or 4, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was number 3.
But yeah, I mean, our asses are in coffee shops every day, doing emails, reaching out.
I literally, like, the coffee shop that I go to should be fucking charging me rent. Like, and it's hard because it's like, your home, obviously, like, it becomes a part of your, like, home office, but it's really hard to, like, sit here and, like, work from home. And, like, when you work for yourself, you don't really have an office. So, like, I've even been looking into, like, a co-working space and, like, renting an office in one of those. But it's, like, that shit's, like...
It's expensive.
It's expensive, and it's hard, but it's, like, when you work for yourself, you kind of, like, you don't have any structure.
I don't think... A point I would like to make is that I don't think it's any easier working for yourself. Like, I think people are like, oh, okay, well, like, I think it's easy to assume it's almost glamorized being a independent contractor and working for yourself. But
if anyone thinks
really
this shit's easier, we got a wake up call for you.
It's really not glamorous at all.
When we would work 9 to 5, tell me you wouldn't see like that one person at like 11 a.m. out for like a morning walk, and you'd be like, what the fuck do you do?
Right.
What do you do for a living? That you're just chilling at 11 on a Tuesday, you fucker.
Yeah.
And now it's us.
Yeah.
And we're like, little do you know, the guy walking was like stressed the fuck out for 10 hours before that.
I was on a fucking phone call with a client that's fucking like bitching me out or something,
Yeah.
That's another thing.
That hasn't paid me in 3 months after I finished the project.
It's me demanding my money for the 4th time in a fourth day in a row.
There's a lot of multitasking too. Like, my every day is multitasking multiple things at a time, and it drives me fucking... I can honestly say, like, I'm not great at setting boundaries, like, for myself. Like we said, we have day work, we have night work, and there are days where I work till 9:30, and Tyler has a normal job, gets off at like 5 or 6, and he's like, babe, you need to draw some boundaries for work. And like, as much as I would love, and I agreed with him, I said, like, this was a few weeks ago, I was like, you're right, I do, because like my mental health is taking a toll, my like self-care is taking a toll. But then I sit and I'm like, but I have to write the episode for tomorrow. Like, like, there's things that we just have to do.
And there's no one underneath, like, there's no one to catch the fallout.
There's no one, if I'm not moving the ball along, the ball is being dropped.
And I mean, fortunately, like, I feel like we've gotten into a pretty good, like, give and take. Like, whenever you have like a busy weekend, like, I pick up your slack, and vice versa, and that's been nice. But at the same time, it's like there's some things that you just have to do and that I just have to do, and like, like you said, there's no one that's gonna catch the ball if we fucking drop it. Yeah. So I think if I could say anything, it's just that, like, people who work for themselves, not as glamorous as it looks, guys. We're fucking hustling our ass off. I had 3 fucking emotional breakdowns last week. I mean,
and that's a good week,
That's a good week.
and also that's another thing that's hard too, is like, we schedule on a weekly, like, I don't know my next week until this week, because I don't get castings and shoots until a few days before, and like, just scheduling anything is really difficult because you can't tell.
And you can't take, like, be like, oh, I want to go on a vacation in May. It's like, I have no idea what May looks like.
But at the same time, I didn't feel like I had any more time when we worked the full-time job, because I remember being at the mortgage firm and feeling like I didn't have time to fucking do my laundry. I don't think, even though on the weekends it was like, my weekends I'm not fucking working, and now we are working Saturdays and Sundays and doing whatever we have to do. Like, I haven't taken, especially with the duplex, like,
oh my God.
I haven't taken a day off in months.
I'm so excited she's taking this weekend off, and she's
taking Sunday off because Tyler's out of town, and I told his parents, I'm like, guys, taking a mental health day, we're gonna go have fun. I need to lay on the beach.
Yeah, but in exchange for that time, I'm coming on Monday to help her do twice the work to make up for this weekend.
You know what, though? There's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for also, at the same time, like, there is no value to a day off. Like, it can be, depending on when that day off is coming, like, that could be more valuable than a $2,000 payday if you really need it. You know? So like prioritize your health, and there's nothing more valuable.
That's a great point. I'm so glad you said that, because also another thing is saying no. As people who work gig to gig, we say yes to everything because you just don't know when you're going to have that dry spell of no work coming in. And I know that's been difficult for us, and we always talk about it. I'm like, okay, I got this shoot for this low rate. Should I do it? Zach's like, don't do it. It's not worth your mental health. Jess is like, if you need to do it, do it. So it's really hard to say no, like doing what we do. That's funny though,
because the last situation was literally flipped. I was like, don't do it. And Zach's like, maybe do it. And I was like, nope. And then you texted me while you were at the job, and you were like, this wasn't worth it.
My bad.
Like, I would
but like, that's the reality of what we do though. Like sometimes you don't know if it's like, because especially with shoots and stuff, like shit can be like really taxing on your mind and
or
body.
Or it could be a breeze.
Or it can be literally like the easiest shoot, and you're like, well, I would take this all the time.
It's the details, 100%. I have a shoot tomorrow. It's 16 hours.
16 hours.
I have a 16-hour shoot tomorrow.
I hope you're getting overtime.
We are. But it's 4 hours overtime, and that's great. But the only reason like that it's really going to be okay is because the people that are going are dope. So it's like one of those small details that mentally makes it more worth it for me.
Absolutely.
100%.
So even the other day, like I was debating taking on this huge sports brand that like is very well known, and the rate wasn't great, and I was like, I don't know, but I did it anyways. And then
because of the name, and
then I got there, and oh my god, they were so. Sometimes we model and it's lifestyle and it's fun and we have breaks, and then that doesn't feel like work. But this, like, I was standing for the entire day straight, and they were so particular about there couldn't be one fucking wrinkle. Not one wrinkle. I had like 20 clips on me at a time, front and back, for every shot. They were so particular about like the straps had to be even, like anally particular. And I was just sitting there like, this was my one day off that I could have had off in weeks, and I fucking took this, and I shouldn't have done it.
And it wasn't worth the money.
No, it wasn't. I would have paid the rate to not do that.
Exactly. But I mean, and so like we do like shit like that, and then like not only are they particular, but they also like are on a time crunch.
Or they're like, lunch isn't served. Go get your own fucking lunch. I'm like, the least you guys can do is serve fucking lunch. God
so like being, working for yourself and, doing that type of shit isn't always fucking glamorous. Like sometimes you're like fucking crying on set. It's like that's really just the reality of it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Modeling is a whole other story. And like that shit looks so glamorous, and it's not.
The same way we like used to cry in our offices at our jobs, the same way we do it now. It's just a different fucking place.
We just hate working.
We hate working.
No, I'm kidding, guys. And when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. And like for the podcast, I'll always like feel some sort of hesitation because I feel like it's work, and then I get into it and we start writing the episode and we get in a good flow, and it's like so fun and fulfilling.
It's so fulfilling.
Especially when we get messages from you guys that make us cry.
Oh, man.
Zach, I got to show you this message we got the other day. It literally made me sob.
I was going to say though, something that drives us here is like the hope behind this, right? Like you gotta, like if you're going to go into something, you got to go into it with hope. Obviously with a plan is best.
Just hope.
But hope is great. I mean, we operate a lot off of the hope that this will continue to grow, right?
Yeah. But we also we take action too. It's not just hope,
Exactly. We have a plan. We have a plan, guys. There's a plan, to be clear. But it's
I think it's even been interesting.
We love it.
Yeah, we do. And like, even though at the moment we're not getting rich off of it, getting messages like the one I got yesterday from a follower who said that like, I haven't even read it twice because I know I'm going to cry and I want to be like mentally prepared for it. So I don't remember exactly what she said, but basically just like thanking me for being so transparent with my story, and that as different as we are, because we went to the same high school apparently, as different as we are, like she related to so much. And like, I really felt like, you know what? That's payment. That is spiritual soul payment. Like I'm happy with
knowing that we've
now.
impacted like one life. Like that's really all we can
ask for. That's the whole point of this. And even we've learned a lot about each other, and like I think our friendship has grown from our partnership in business together.
I'm glad someone thinks so.
Yikes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Stabs. I'm
sorry. No, but absolutely. And we've just like opened up a whole new like dimension of our relationship. And
go ahead, sorry.
No, it's been rewarding because like a lot of people say don't get into business with like your best friends or your family, but like if you guys have a strong relationship and like a strong communication platform, like I meant foundation really, but platform, but like you can, like it's manageable, and like we've had hard conversations. Like,
oh my God, we have them every day.
Yeah, like
we've never been so transparent and honest and blunt with each other.
Yeah.
And you can be blunt when the other person knows your intentions. It's fair game to say what's on your mind and not have to like worry about how it's going to be perceived. And we talk about intentions all the time, but yeah, like we get into it all the time, and we keep saying like whoever else is in the room, we feel bad because they must feel awkward, but we're like, no, this happens. Like just let us talk it out, and we figure it out.
And it's not like it's a heated discussion.
No, it'll just be like
it's just so transparent that I feel like a lot of other people like might get like
they're like, oh,
they're like, yeah, that's fucking savage, and it's like, no, we just need to get to the point and get it over with.
I could see it does seem very savage. Zach has watched some of our.
I've seen it,
especially because
I've seen it.
Especially because like even with other people that I don't love, I'm savage with, you know, like I'm like we're already. Well, I don't know, you not as much as I, but like I'm already pretty fucking savage as it is. So it's like. Especially when like I just know that you're not going to perceive it,
and I'm not going to get offended.
You're not going to get offended. I forget what was that I even said earlier, that someone was like, "Oh shit," and we were like, "What? Like that's normal to say."
What was it? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Okay. What do you think the most challenging part has been of like us working together?
I would say.
Hold on. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but before you get into that, I want to preface this with, we're treating the podcast as a job for us. Like it has come in, like we're in it full time as a job. It's taken the amount of hours and energy and effort that a job would. So I think it's interesting for people to see like kind of what goes into it and our relationship as, I guess coworkers, but more so partners, because we're like leading something versus working under someone else.
Yeah, but we are at the end of the day co-working.
Yeah.
It's not to say that we're co-workers, but we are co-partners. Like we are partnering on this, and it's
the success of this. And yeah.
Absolutely. But your question was,
what do you think the most challenging part has been about entering a job together?
I would say it's like not wanting to disappoint. I would say has probably been like my biggest thing, like
because you care more.
Because I care, and like this is our baby, and and I know like I just want to know that like I'm putting in as much effort or like almost even more, because like I just don't. I show up every day for us.
Yeah.
For you.
It's really a joint success.
Yeah.
Project.
Like I'm not just. I can't just disappoint myself. Like I would be disappointing you, and like that would like break my heart more than disappointing myself. Aww. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's like a true accountability partner.
Yeah,
though,
it is.
And I think we've grown in so many ways just from doing this, and like you realizing that is just, it's dope. I don't know what the most challenging part would be. I think for me, it's more so finding balance. Like in a lot of ways, when we are into something, we go into it. Like we put our fucking 110% into everything we do, almost to a fault sometimes. Like I said, a month or so ago, my mental health and my self-care we're taking the back burner. And it's really important that we remind ourselves and each other and our listeners that balance is key. Whiskey and water, baby. That's what it's all about. So I think finding the balance in our work relationship and then it translating into our friendship, like we don't have much balance in our friendship right now. And it's also because of the duplex and, our side projects. But I want to make sure that we like keep that time. We make that time for us to just be friends too.
Yeah, no, that was definitely like one of my bigger concerns at the beginning. But I feel like even like we kind of find like brief moments here and there that kind of give us that balance. But yeah, we don't like, we haven't in a while just like had a
day.
We don't, and the thing is, it's hard because like even when we do just hang out, it's like
we're still working in some capacity.
We're either talking about it, we're like, oh shit, we need to do this, we need to do that.
Yeah.
Like we don't just have a mental health day for ourselves.
Right.
And like that has been huge. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, because as much fun as we do have, it's like this is separate from like our just normal friendship.
Yeah, like
you know?
getting lunch with your girlfriend or having a girls' day at the beach. It's like we're doing that, but we're also like constantly talking about what needs to be done and what's next for the week and things like that.
And
There's no dollar value on being a normal fucking human being.
Yeah.
Facts.
And like, it's almost like people like forget that like we actually enjoy each other's company, like aside from the fact that we work well together or that we're just like, it's not just like out of convenience. You know what I mean?
Can't wait to be your friend again.
To be your friend.
You know what though?
I really can't.
Like on in our field, it's like you definitely tend to become good friends with people you work with just because it's
You
like,
struggle together.
not just that, but we work out of passion. We work out of passion, so we tend to have a lot of things in common. Like think about even us, like I consider us friends, but you know, at this
She goes, "Aw."
She goes weird.
you know what? Cut this shit. No, but you know, it's like we really hang out just for, like to work, but it's like we hang out more than I fucking hang out with people I've known
Your homies,
since I was born with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like so.
And there's an element of struggle that makes people really close. Not that we're struggling, guys, but you know, like we are figuring this shit out together, and there's so much growth that comes from that, and like almost a level of intimacy too, because it's like no one else understands what's been put into this project more than the three of us and Lucas. Shout out Lucas.
Yeah.
But you know, like so there's a level to that bonds us.
You don't need to take us on like a fucking wilderness retreat to teach us teamwork. Like we're in the fucking wilderness right now.
We don't need to be in no escape room.
We do
like,
a team building exercise every day.
Yeah, exactly.
How would you say this working together has affected our friendship, good and bad?
I mean, honestly, I would say if I was to go with the negative, it would just be that like we haven't had that balance in a while. But I also know that that's going to come again.
Yeah,
I hope.
right. It's ebbs and flows.
Yeah, but I feel like it's affected our friendship, you know, in a positive manner because one, we've gotten really good at communicating.
We're really good.
I feel like we kind of hit a road bump. We communicated like right through it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know, like for a long time, like we were best friends, but we didn't like, I always wanted like to do something with you. And like, I always knew that like maybe we would like either own a company. We tried.
When we were at the mortgage firm, we were like, we got to get out of here. Let's make our own business. We made this whole idea for Beach in a Box, which was going to be.
Don't tell them this could still be a thing one day.
It's already out there, remember? There's a company that's already doing it. Like full on.
Well, guys, we thought about a subscription box
for bikinis. It was a great idea in theory.
for like beach wear, like sunglasses, like
we made a logo. We did all the fun parts, and then when shit got serious and we like we had to invest money, we were like, nah.
We did research and we were like, wow, there's a reason that not a lot of people are doing this.
Shit's expensive.
But regardless, so yeah, like we always like I don't know.
knew we wanted to do something,
and it's just been really nice like seeing this come to fruition and like because like you know you are my person, and what better than to like build something with my person, you know?
What are you gonna say, Zach?
No, I was just like, wow, that was so cute.
He's like, wow, beautiful. I think
Tyler's at home like,
yeah.
You guys have your own thing. I'll have
share
another
my person with
person
Jess.
one day that I'll build a family with and shit. But I'm saying like just like as far as
like your actual person.
but my actual person's right now.
There's the guy I make like the kids with, and then there's my person.
Yeah,
right. Facts. You can have a lot of soulmates. You know, in one lifetime.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's been how has it affected us in a bad way?
Let's hear it. Tell me.
So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because we have grown from it, but definitely challenging. You know, not necessarily bad, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's a good thing to be challenged and to push each other in different ways, you know? But I think definitely we've recognized each other's flaws. It's much more apparent. Yeah. You know, and like whatever Zach is taking a picture of Nugget. I can't.
We will post this picture.
He's obsessed. But yeah, I think each other's flaws, because being best friends with someone is great, but it's very different than from working with them.
Yeah.
You know, like you could get along with someone great in a friendship, but you'll see very quickly when you start to work with someone, like the dynamics totally shift, and there's very different aspects of the relationship that are going to make it successful or not. And it's just been interesting. We've challenged each other. We've held each other accountable. Like she said, we've had those hard conversations of being vulnerable and transparent and being like, hey, I need you to step it up in this way, or I need you to do this, or I need you to make me not feel this way. So there's been a lot of that, which has been hard, but good. And then the good is, I think, learning more about each other in a different aspect.
Yeah.
You know, like we've been friends for so long, but when we started this, I learned things about you that I didn't know in the past. Like just about like the way you handle things and your character and your drive. So, yeah.
Like your general lack of morals.
The fact that you're a complete piece of shit.
I really learned a lot about you. Yeah. No, but
she's
it's
like
good.
your
It's cool.
non-existent drive. She's like your non-existent work ethic.
No, your commitment and like.
Hey, both of you have improved greatly since the beginning.
Thank you, and I appreciate that because I feel like it was like for me it was like a learning curve, like because I haven't cared enough about something to like really like commit
and all to it.
Put my all to it, and it was definitely like a learning curve for me. But I feel like I've stepped it up like for us and for myself, and I feel like I finally kind of like found that like that sweet spot of like working hard and like dedicating myself to it
and taking the lead on things. Like I think that's something you struggled with in the beginning, was just like you're good when people tell you what needs to be done, but you were being challenged because there really wasn't that path for us. Like it was really just us. Every next step we had to be like, okay, what's the next step? Okay, what's the next step? And kind of figuring it out, creating the path for ourselves. So I think you've gotten really so much better at like taking the lead on things
just
and being
knowing
like,
what needs to be done.
Yeah, and being like, hey, this is handled. Like, let me know. So that's been good. And it's cool. It's so cool because we're growing in ways that I did not expect to. Honestly,
we're all getting better at not being overwhelmed.
Yeah, and we've really mastered the art of that. Anyways, I'm gonna try to reel this back in. We love our job. We love what we do now. We have hated our jobs in the past, and it's definitely a blessing to wake up and love what you do every day. You know, not everyone is so lucky.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, we did a little crowdsourcing.
I can't wait for this.
This is our tea time. We only do tea time, you know, when it's us, and you know we've had a lot of guests on lately, so this is fun. But this week's tea time is the biggest lie that you've ever told your boss or employer. Do you have like an answer for this, like for yourself?
Mine wasn't it wasn't a lie because I don't lie because I'm an angel. No, but mine wasn't a lie, but it's a funny story that I think you would laugh at. The first time I worked for that casino company, it was when I was driving that Jeep Wrangler. You guys will know about it if you hear our first times. It was my first car. It broke down on the turnpike on my way to that first event. And my boss, I hadn't met him in person yet, had to pick me up from the side of the turnpike and bring me to the event.
Wait, why is that the biggest lie?
It's not a lie. I said it wasn't a lie. It's just a funny story about like my boss and the first time meeting him. That's all I have. Okay, next.
Thanks for sharing. Anyway, let me tell y'all my fucking biggest lie, because I got a fucking good one.
And you started the episode by saying that you fucking were like literally working half the time you were.
Yeah, that was already a big lie.
That ain't shit.
Oh I hate.
Okay,
I don't like working for anyone but myself and Olivia. And Zach. Because Zach holds me accountable.
You do one and then I'll do one.
Well, I'm going to say mine, my personal one.
Go. I can't wait to hear this.
Aside from not working half the time that I said I was working.
She's working on it, guys.
So when I worked at Sephora, this was like my junior year of college. It was the day after Halloween. Or like a Halloween party, you know, like it was on the weekend or something. It was actually like on a Friday and I had to work the next Saturday, right?
Fuck that.
And so whatever, it was a Halloween party, and like that night I got figgity fucked up. I got
what excuse
hammered.
Did you tell them?
So, dude, like I had like woken up, like I think I like went to pee somewhere and I passed out in a ditch, and then I woke up and one of my friends, like I just remember knocking on a door and whatever. Okay, anyway.
Dude, is this the same party you told the story of earlier?
I digress.
No.
Wow.
I've never told this story.
Oh my God.
Similar stories to the frat house story.
Yeah, it happens.
Yes, that's not the same story.
Okay.
But
it's the second time she threw up and ended up in a ditch or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so anyways, so I woke up the next morning and I had pretty much missed my shift entirely. Like, had a bunch of missed calls. I was like hours late into my shift.
The worst.
And
what did you fucking say?
I had no idea like where my shit was. Like, I had just woken up like still in my fucking outfit, looking rough, looking crusty, rusty, dusty. And so I called from my dorm roommate's phone, called Sephora, and was like, I have, like, what did I say?
Did you say it like
you know
that?
what I said? No. I was like, oh my God. I was like, guys, my phone was stolen and I got my car towed or something like that. I was like, my car's been towed. I can't make it. I'm calling from my roommate's phone because my phone was like,
that's believable,
stolen while I was over the toilet
throwing up,
puking my brains out.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's believable. I would believe it.
Yeah, but this was also like hours into my shift and whatever. It was
oh my
rough,
God. That sounds really rough.
That's what
I would have just been on some other shit.
Okay. We got some submissions. What's the biggest lie you've ever told the boss? I was mourning my 12-year-old dog. I didn't even have a dog. Ugh, classic.
Ugh, I hate stuff like that because it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's bad juju.
It
to like put on like
then you go buy a puppy and it dies in like a week.
My friend said, I always tell, I'm not going to say his name, boss. I always tell blank, I'm going to the gynecologist when I have a nail appointment. Love that for you.
Just come back looking rich.
Oh my God.
The boss must be a guy because he's totally
it is
clueless.
a guy.
Yeah,
it is a guy. And he's like, oh, go handle that.
Yeah.
This one's hilarious. Mm-hmm. So the biggest lie I ever told a boss was that I hurt my leg at work when actually I hurt one of my testicles while hooking up with the boss's niece at lunch.
What?
What a roller coaster that one is.
Oh my
fucking
God.
legend.
He hurt his, first of all, explain hurting the testicle. What is that?
I'm going too hard.
Can you do that?
There's
Zach?
definitely ways you can hurt your balls. Fucking.
Wait, a friend of mine
confirmed.
from my high school just got into a bike accident and he lost a nut. R.I.P.
What?
Yeah. One of Tyler's friends.
They have replacements now.
Nut replacement.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, sorry. Anyway,
Continue.
Makes you feel balanced.
The next one.
Okay, let's see. That they broke into my car an hour before work and then sent her a pic I found on Google. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Been there.
Classic.
Done that. This one's just funny because this is actually my cleaner.
Okay.
Who comes and she's great, but she responded and goes, at 7:30 in the morning, I called in sick to an 8 a.m. shift from the 11 bathroom.
Oh my God, that's
so funny.
That's
she was
amazing.
like at 11 and fucking called from the bathroom.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
I have another
Plot
one,
twist. It was your appointment. She was lying.
Yeah, right. I'm like, wait, weren't you supposed to come?
Wait, you work for me. Why the fuck are you telling me this? All right.
Did you tell me that a few months ago? Okay, this one, I don't like these whole died ones because
Yeah,
it
they're
is
fucked.
bad juju. I'm not even going to say that. But basically, this person said someone died in a car accident, not saying who, and took a relaxing week vacation in Italy.
That's fucked.
That's ballsy.
I hate that.
But I would also never say that ever.
I have a couple that I'm just kind of like rattle
go,
off
'cause
they're
I'm
short.
done. Go ahead for
okay,
it.
good. So
Okay, good.
no, sorry. That's
Okay,
not
go.
what I meant. Someone said
Okay, good.
that's not what I meant. Okay, so the biggest lie. Shut up. The biggest lie you've ever told your boss. 1, I don't hate you. 2, I can legally work. 3,
I can legally work.
I can pass
I'm
a
dead.
drug test.
Oh my God,
4,
true.
that I was qualified for the position I applied for. Someone else said I couldn't go to work because I had car issues. I actually went to New York. Yes, sis. That's one of my good
love
friends.
that.
Someone said I got my period and bled through my pants so that I could leave to go to the beach. That's what they told him. Let me see.
Something that I thought of because I would always, for my jewelry store job, I would always be late every day. I have a problem. I would always be late. I started telling them that I left my oven on. I started telling them I left my hair curler on and I had to turn around and get it.
True.
Yeah.
That's
Those are always good go-tos.
I've said before, to get out of a shoe, I was like, my dog is like Nugget got sick.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
that's a good one.
I'll be like, he ate a bunch of cookies and he got sick.
The only
Playing with fire, girl.
Yeah, right. The only pass I'll give for like saying a death is if you don't have that person or that animal in your life. Like I would say like my cat died because I don't have a cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But if I actually had a cat or if I actually had a mom, I would never like say someone who's living died.
If you actually had a mom.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
The last one is that this girl, this is pretty funny. She goes, I was interning for free in DC, an unpaid internship.
Fuck that.
But I got a paid internship halfway through the summer, so I needed to leave. I told my boss that my sister got in a car wreck and broke her hip, so I had to go home to take care of her. She goes, I don't have a sister.
Okay,
I started working at a firm a couple blocks away. I ran into him on the street at least twice that summer after quitting.
No.
How funny is that? I mean, at least she doesn't have a sister.
Yeah, I see. Exactly. That's the only time it's like, oh,
yeah, it's okay.
Oh, you get a pass.
Exactly.
All right, guys.
That about wraps up tea time.
That's about it.
Oh, we didn't even do a clink.
Oh, yeah. Oops, clink. Lucas. I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. I think people are just curious about like the job. Like I said, it's easy to think we've always been influencers and always made money like this and that it's so glamorous, but
this
reality
is kind of
check,
like a little like
it's
bonus episode,
yeah,
like just to
pull
give you
in
some
the
insight.
curtains.
Yeah, give you some insight on like the fucking details
this
of our
shit
life.
ain't glamorous. There's days, we have days,
of course. Like, don't get us wrong. Like, there's obviously some days we're like, what the fuck? Our lives are so fucking dope, and we're thankful. Always, even in like day. Even in the toughest fucking jobs and the toughest fucking days, like
we're doing what we love.
I'm still more so grateful that we even get to have these opportunities, and really thankful for this podcast and for my team.
Yeah, and also I guess we've been in the position of really hating your job and driving every day to work miserable. So if I could encourage anything, there's always a job out there that you will love. You just have to find what it is. Don't settle. Life is too short to hate I always say this, too short to hate your Monday through Friday and only look forward to the weekend. So just think about that. And if you were looking for a sign, this is it.
Share this.
Happy Monday. Go quit your job.
Yeah.
Share this.
I know it's really common. People, you don't want to leave that security. You don't want to take that leap of faith, but you have to. Scared money don't make no money. Life is about risk, and you got to kind of just do it. Do it for yourself. You
feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself, guys. So that's it.
That wraps us up for this episode.
We love you guys. If you're listening, screenshot it, put it on your motherfucking story, tag us in that bitch, leave us a rating. If you're feeling generous, leave us a review too. We love that for us. And we hope you guys have an amazing, amazing week. Happy Monday. Go kill it.
We love you.